Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to episode 11 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode we've got some more league games to play. We'll be finishing off December by getting through 4 matches. I think we'll have to sim 2 of those 4 and we'll play the last 2 of the episode because they're both away matches. The first 2 are home games, so we have more chance, hopefully, of winning those matches. But before we get into the episode, what a good result for Leeds last night. They got through into the quarter-finals of the Cup, so it was really good. EFL Cup I think it is, that they got into quarter-finals of, so that was really impressive. On penalties as well, down to 10 men for a lot of the time towards the end of the game. But let me know your thoughts on that game in the comments below. I'll be really interested to hear. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the like button and also subscribe as well. That would be really appreciated. Let's try and hit 30 likes on this episode. That would be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, brilliant result for Leeds in real life. So let's crack on though with today's episode. We've got Reading, as you can see, to begin with. We are on the 13th of December at the moment, so like I say, we'll get through the whole of December in this episode, but this is the team we're going to be simming with. So we're simming the opening 2 matches, like I said. We've got Silvestri starting in goal, Berardi, Anderson and Cooper at the centre-back positions. Then we've got Denton as the left-back, O'Kane, Phillips, Grimes, Alex Moore in behind, Wood and Fletcher. The reason why we've got no width is because, well, we don't really have too many wide players available. A lot of them are either injured or very, very tired, so they miss out a lot of big names here on the reserves. Hopefully they'll be okay for the next match afterwards. That game's against Brentford, by the way, after this game. But yeah, we've got quite a strong bench, but not so much of a strong team. A few overalls there, a little bit lower than I'd liked them to have been. But game against Reading, they're about mid-table, so it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, they'll may well have the advantage here with the side that they've got out, but we've got Silvestri in goal. Hopefully that'll help us. We'll wait and see. Chris Wood scoring 2 minutes in, fantastic start, and we are winning the game 1-0. That's brilliant stuff. Can we keep it up? Anderson has been injured. Looks like a bad one. Janssen comes on to replace him, another Swedish international. We've got Gunter there getting a booking into the second half. Still in the game 1-0. We could do the second goal though. Just make sure we don't concede because it doesn't look like we're going to get a second goal at the moment. 15 minutes to go. We'll sim the rest. And we've won the game 1-0. Do you know what? I'll take that with that sort of team out. Quite a decent 3 points, to be honest. We move up to 3rd place now, 36 points. We're a long way off 2nd and 1st, though. But they are running away with it here. Newcastle and Villa, who obviously got quite strong squads and spent some large amount of money. So it's to be expected. We'll take a look at the player injury. Hopefully Anderson's not out for too long, because he's a good young talent that we've been trying to develop and trying to train up for a little while now. He's out for 3 weeks, so it's not disastrous. It's not months, which is good. But certainly will survive if it's just the 3 weeks. Okay, the final game of the episode to sim. I promise there's going to be no more sim games in this episode, just the first 2 with them being home matches. We'll then play against Preston and Villa in the rest of this episode. So we've gone Green, Eiling, Bartley, Cooper, Taylor, Bridcut, O'Kane, Smith, Hernandez, Roof and Anderson. Same formation. Hopefully get a similar sort of result. Brentford being a better side. So this is more of a crucial game. Maybe one I should have played, but we wouldn't have quite had enough time to finish off the month if I did play this one. So we're going to sim it. Hopefully get ourselves a good result. Roof's going after 14 minutes. That is very good news for us. Need to keep that lead going, obviously, but they have scored. I thought it was us scoring, to be honest, when it said Wood, but it's Wood scoring there for Brentford. We're into the second half. Dallas comes on. Hernandez comes off. Henry's got a booking. I believe that's the left back that we're taking a look at the moment. Janssen's come on for us. 15 minutes to go. We'll skip it, and it gets a 1-1 draw for us, which, do you know what, in the grand scheme of things, isn't too bad. Brentford were in a similar sort of position to us, 1 point behind, so I think they remain the 1 point behind now on 36 points. We actually remain 3rd place still as well. Good. The teams around us didn't capitalise on that one, which is fantastic news for us. So we remain 3rd going into 2 tough games against Preston and Villa. Not too sure how Preston are, but I know in real life they're not doing so bad at the moment. Just, I think, 1 place in front of Leeds in real life. In here, though, they are 13th, so roughly the same as Reading, but the Villa game is obviously going to be the tougher match. So there's a little bit of time now. I think it might be an international break or something where there's a lot of players that maybe aren't available and also a lot of time for them to rest as well. So we'll get with some more player drills. I was actually going to do a drill there with Fletcher, but thinking about it, he's a lone player, isn't he? So maybe we'll take a look at someone from the youth academy. Yeah, so I think we're going to bring in Arvidsson, I think is how it is. Arvidsson maybe. Something like that. He's another youth academy player. I believe he's Swedish. I'm not actually too sure, but with the name, I'm pretty sure it's a Swedish name. So he is still in the youth academy, 62 overall, looks really good, so we'll train him up again this week, and maybe we're going to have another Swedish centre-back that we can use. That'll be 2 already from the youth academy. He goes up on his marking, but we do have Calvin Phillips there making some decent progress, trying to get him going up. Peacock Farrell still very close to 71, but no progress progress this week. Hopefully we can get some more upgrades very shortly. Okay, so this is very interesting now. We've got 4 players which could potentially leave us in the summer. 4 players that we need to offer new contracts to potentially, and there's obviously some more here as well. Whitehouse, I don't think I'll offer a new contract. It's only 50 overall. Don't think I'll offer Bataka a new contract, but again, let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. I don't want to keep Rob Green, sadly. Some of you guys maybe want me to, but I'm going to keep Bailey Peacock-Farrell as my number 1, then Silvestri as my number 2, and we'll maybe find someone else from somewhere, a really young goalkeeper, to play as my 3rd keeper. So I think Rob Green will just let his contract run out. I again want to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Liam Cooper, I believe, did actually secretly sign a new contract. It just wasn't announced in the summer. I'm pretty sure I've seen that somewhere. So we will offer him a new 2-year deal, give him the 15 grand a week, and I'll hopefully get him signing up to the club. And hopefully he agrees to that. Dukara, I want to hear your thoughts on that one in the comments below. He could leave on a pre-contract agreement if we don't decide pretty quickly. Alex Moore, I want to try and keep him despite his really bad miss last night. But we will get him on the 15 grand a week, and hopefully again he's another decides to sign up to it. And I think important first team player is fair enough on him. Okay, some training drills to do now on Christmas Day, which obviously isn't ideal, but it's the day just before our match, our Boxing Day match against Preston. We've obviously got Cam Phillips there going up, and some interception and marking going up there for the young centre-back. So let's crack on with the Preston match now. It's going to be a tough game, this one, like I've said before. We really need to try and win it, keep our good run up if we can. Let's change around the team right now. Also, a quick note, Liam Cooper and Alex Moore have accepted the contracts I offered them. Okay, I think this is the team I'll go with for the Boxing Day clash against Preston. We've got Green starting in goal, Berardi playing at right back, Bartley, Jansen and Taylor making up the rest of the defence. In midfield, we've got O'Kane and Bridcut playing as a whole midfielders. In front of them, Hernandez, with Roof on the right, Antonsen up front, and Barrow starting on the left. So we'll give that a go. That's the bench I've gone with. Again, Smith, Phillips on there, Dallas, Alex Martin, Chris Wood. We've not got Fletcher on there because he's going back very shortly, so we've got to kind of prepare for life without Fletcher. So we're going to try and just slowly fade him out of the squad a little bit as he goes back to West Ham. It was only a short-term loan for those of you who don't know, because Chris Wood got an injury that was quite early on for a little while, but he returned, and obviously we don't really need Fletcher now. Let's crack on though with the game against Preston, hopefully get ourselves the 3 points to continue our decent run and push for second potentially. Here we go, up against Jermaine Beckford. He is starting against us today. I was taking a look at Jermaine Beckford, to be honest, in the last episode. I think it was at the end of the last episode, off camera. I decided to take a look at him, see whether he was looking good enough to make a return for us, a surprise return in January. We'll have to wait and see on that one. He is one of the top goal scorers. I think he's in like the top 5 goal scorers so far in the league. I know he's obviously 32, but I still would be interested in trying to get him back potentially, especially if we lose the likes of Dukara or something like that. But let me know your thoughts on trying to re-sign Beckford in the comments below. Bridcut manoeuvring and gonna shoot. Bridcut scores 1-0. Fantastic start. 7 minutes in, unleashes a really powerful shot there from Liam Bridcut, smashes it into the top left-hand corner, and it's a brilliant start to this game. I don't think Preston have touched the ball yet. I'm pretty sure we just kept hold of it very nicely for the first 7 minutes, and it was smashed away by Bridcut. Don't really see him get into that position too often, but he's found loads of space, no closing down, and it's 1-0. Antonsen onto Barrow. It's a great chance for him to get in behind, gets brought down. Really cynical foul is that one from Woods. Need to hopefully try and get him booked, if not more. Yeah, it's booked there. 24 minutes in, and we will take the free kick. Difficult angle. I think Pablo Hernandez might be the best here. But we'll have to wait and see. I think he's the best one on the pitch that we've got. I don't really know whether I'm going to be able to get it over that wall. Up and over. Let's give it a go. Hopefully we can. Oh, off the post. I thought it was going in. Just curled away a little bit too much at the end. Don't usually do so well from free kicks, so it was a little bit of a surprise there. Roof, anyway, cutting it back for Antonsen. Now trying to find Bridcut. Antonsen's pass is absolutely shocking. That's a few times now that he's really just messed up simple passes. We might need to train that if we can. Oh, in behind here, Woods pulling a ball across. Beckford so close to scoring against his former club. Rob Green was just there to deny it. Thought it was going underneath him, to be honest. I was certain that was going to go in. Brilliant move by Preston, to be fair to them. That's half-time. That's 1-0 still. Very good stuff from us in that first half. We controlled the match brilliantly. In fact, chances there are actually quite even by the looks of it, according to the stats anyway, but it certainly felt like we were on top. And yeah, we'll keep the team the same going into the second half. Hernandez onto Barrow, who can shoot off the post. What a strike on his favoured left foot. 50th minute now. What a hit that was. What a chance to make it 2-0. We have played some good football actually at times here. Just need to be putting it a little bit further inside the post to try and nab the goal. Bridcut onto Taylor, who's getting forward again brilliantly. Look for a good ball in. unfortunate with that one. Just didn't quite have the players positioned in the box correctly. It was a decent ball in from Taylor, but like I say, just didn't quite have the right personnel in there. Hernandez to take this corner. Decent ball in. Roof's up there. Brilliant header. Okay, all three changes now. There's about 25 minutes left also. Alex Moore, Chris Wood and Dallas all coming on. We'll take off Barrow, Hernandez and Antonsen. Rotate them around a little bit. Hopefully save some of those players for the Villa game in 5 days' time, but also rest them as well because they were quite tired, Hernandez in particular there. But wait and see how we go now with those changes. Those 3 changes will hopefully be made quite shortly so they can have a bit of an impact on this game to try and get a second goal. Antonsen through to Barrow, who hasn't gone off yet. Barrow should be 2-0. Antonsen... What the hell's happened there? This has not gone in. That's what's happened. 20 minutes to go, and he's fired over and effectively got himself substituted now with that chance. Oh my days, how do you miss some there? That's it, we've won the game 1-0. We'll take the win no matter the scoreline, really. I think in reality we should have won that game quite comfortably, to be honest. And it was comfortable in terms of the way that the game went. Certainly looked like a side that were pushing for promotion against a mid-table team. We definitely had the better chances. I think, obviously, Preston had that one chance, I think, in the first half, which was fair enough. But since then, we dominated with the post. Antonsen missed an easy chance, really, an absolute sitter. So we definitely deserve, I think, a 3 or 4-0 win. But we got the win anyway, got the 3 points, and now a very tough game to end the episode on against Aston Villa. Okay, youth player wants out. I'm always intrigued by these. I don't know why youth players would want out of the youth academy. They're still developing. We're still trying to train them up. Anyway, it's John Johnston. Nice name, but we'll wait and see what overall he is, whether he's good enough to be promoted or not. If he's not, we'll just get rid of him. Simple as that. We've got many other talents trying to come through, so it won't really annoy me too much. He's 17 years old, potential 76 to 84. Okay, so he's kind of in that sort of region where he could be alright, or he could be fairly average. I think we'll offer him a contract. He's 50 overall. If we can add another player to our squad, that'd be really good. We'll offer him, I think, a 3-year contract. I think we'll go with a future first-team player. We'll give him a little bit more on the wage as well. I don't mind that extra £25 a week. So yeah, we'll now move on to deciding on the Villa team that we're going to put out, well, to play against them anyway. As you can see, we are now in 4th place on goal difference though, so even though we won, we moved down because Nottingham Forest have better goal difference. If we win against Villa, we go within a point of them. It's obviously very important for us to try and do to kind of get back up to where Villa and Newcastle are. Player returning from injury, that's Hadi Sakho. Fantastic news for us. Really want to try and use him as much as possible. Give us another option out wide as well. He won't return for this Villa game, though. He'll come back in January rather than rushing him back for that game. Pablo Hernandez would like to leave the club. We've already heard about this, to be honest, a few episodes back, so it's not a huge shock. He was part of our plans to get rid of him purely because he wants to leave, not because I want him to leave, because he wants to go. So we'd planned ahead about that already. He's coming back and saying, I want to decide you. I've decided to leave because if we offered him a contract, he didn't accept it. I just can't get on with the country and haven't felt at home here. Blinded by blah, so yeah, he feels the place is not for him, basically. So yeah, he will be leaving. We'll probably try and get rid of him in January, I think. Again, a little bit frustrating that has happened, but we already knew about it, so I've planned to try and get another centre attacking mid. Onoma has been suggested from Tottenham, amongst others, obviously. Patrick Peterson is also wanting out, so maybe another chance to promote somebody else if he's good enough. Again, another one that we need to take a look at. 4-1 overall, but potential between 76 and 90. I think another one that we'll offer a contract to. Again, not ideal that he's only 40 overall, but potential-wise looks really good. So if we train him up, maybe he will be a good player for us in the near future. Okay, scout report back on Jermaine Beckford. He's actually 33 years old, and he's 71 overall. So I did decide to scout him off camera. He's 73 finishing as well. So let me know your thoughts. 7 months left on his contract. Obviously, he wouldn't be someone for to sign on a 5-year contract or anything ridiculous like that. But I just was curious to see your guys' thoughts on that. He's doing very well at the moment in the league, scoring quite a few goals. So maybe we should sign him, maybe we shouldn't. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. 6'2", still fairly fast for his age as well. But I suppose his overall can only go down. But let me know your thoughts anyway. Pablo Hernandez, we've decided to end the uncertainty by sending the player as soon as possible. Yep, fair enough. That is part of my plans as well. He'll go in January. John Johnston has accepted the contract. He joins us, fantastic. We've now got to focus on the Villa game, crack on with that match, and we will get on with the team now. Okay, this is the side I've gone with. A few changes, but not loads. We've got Green starting in goal, Island coming in at right back, Bartley and Janssen again at centre back with Taylor at left back. Okay, and Bridcut again, my 2 CDMs. Smith this time coming in for Hernandez, who's been dropped from the squad completely after officially asking to leave. Stuart Dallas as my right winger. Roof starting as a striker. We've got Barrow starting on the left-hand side as well. So we've gone with that. A little bit of pace up front there with Roof. That's kind of the tactics being able to get Villa, and our way of trying to break them down. Maybe on the counter-attack, we'll have to wait and see as the game goes on. Phillips and Vieira on the bench. I'd like to get Vieira a game. He's plays more than I've been playing him in real life, so I'm hoping to try and get some more games if we can. Phillips on there as well, like I said before. Antonsen and Wood as my 2 strikers. Hernandez misses out completely, same as Matt Grimes, and we'll try and get Silvestri in at some point over the next few episodes. As ever, we need the 3 points. We obviously are still 4th in the league. Need to try and get the goal difference going up if we can. We're not scoring enough goals, as we saw in that last match that we played. But this might be the game. Obviously, against 2nd in the league, we're not going to score loads of goals, but we might be able to get maybe 2 instead of 1 or something like that. We'll have to wait and see how Villa are actually going to play against us. Dallas inside to Roof, coming from the right-hand side. It goes in, deflects into the back of the net. It kind of all went to a little bit of slow motion there, as I thought it was going wide for a corner, but it doesn't. Roof scores. I don't really know where Roof is playing at the moment. He's supposed to be playing striker, but he's coming in from the right. And Bunn, I don't really know what he's doing there. He doesn't move at all. Maybe assumes it was going wide. But anyway, we've managed to score the goal, and it's 1-0. Now we need to build on it, not like we did in that last game. That is it. Half-time, winning the game 1-0 still. No changes at half-time, but we need to get a second goal. We've been really struggling to get that second goal in the last few matches, and we've been having to hold out for a 1-0 win. I don't want to do that. I want to win more convincingly, especially against 2nd in the league. Good pass to Barrow. Needs someone in the box. Roof, not got loads of height, but he's in there anyway with a good header, saved by the goalkeeper. Will it be kept in? It has just actually by Stuart Dallas. Going to again look for a cross, but this time just gets out strength. Okay, first 2 changes, Chris Wood and Vieira come on. We'll take off O'Kane and we'll also take off Stuart Dallas as well. That means Roof will move out onto the right-hand side. There's one more change to do, but I don't know whether we will do it or not. It might be in 20 minutes' time, something like that, before we make the next one. Oh, it falls for Wood. Oh, my days. I don't know what's happened there. I think the defenders tried to give it back to the keeper. The keeper couldn't obviously pick it up, otherwise it would have been a pass back. So it's fallen for Chris Wood, and he's messed it up on his left foot. Anyway, Mikhail Richards there getting a booking. I thought they were just going to give a free kick here. I mean, they played advantage even though we didn't have the ball. So very bizarre, but anyway, it's gone for a goal kick now. Third and final change, Calvin Phillips will come on in sort of like a centre-mid / centre-attacking mid type role. Smith will come off, 15 minutes to go. Hopefully can still get a second goal, but it's not looking too likely. We've had by far the most shots. I think we've had 7 and Villa have had 1, so we really should again be in the lead by more, but it hasn't quite happened again for us. Wood wins it back though. Inside to Bridcut, now looking sideways. Can he play it onto Barrow on his right foot? Wood! 2-0, Chris Wood pops up, slots at home, finally getting a second goal there, even though it's a tap-in. He'll certainly take it. Not too dissimilar to the goal that he scored against Norwich, actually, in the Cup, although obviously it was Sacco crossing in, and the keeper's parried on I think the other side of the goal as well. So yeah, it was 2-0 now, and we've managed to get ourselves a second goal finally. Not done that too many times in recent matches. Barrow looking to Wood. He's managed to outdo Baker, but he's taken himself too far wide. Cutting inside, Wood across for Roof, and it's 3-0. I said we'll try and get the goal difference up if we could. I didn't think we would be able to against a strong Villa side, but we have done. 3 goals now, this time in the 90th minute from Roof. We had to cut that one back and play it across. Wood doing very well, actually, getting past Baker there, and just plays it across. And gets slotted home. Fantastic stuff, 3-0. That's it, we've got the 3 points in the bag. Very, very good win for us. Really happy with that. Now we're just 1 point off Villa in 2nd place. We should hopefully be 3rd now, but it depends on Nottingham Forest, how many goals they've scored in their match. I don't think they've played their match yet, so we'll have to wait on that one. So Nottingham Forest did play, and by the looks of it, they drew the match, I think. So that leaves them in 4th. We're now in 3rd place, like I said before, 1 point behind Villa, now 7 points behind Newcastle. So still a little bit of a difference between us and Newcastle. But the aim at the start of the season was to get in the playoffs. So we're very much doing that. We're leading the playoffs now, and I think we're 5 or 6 points into the playoffs as well. So even better news for us. Now some player development to end the episode. We'll get into the January transfer as well. January transfer window briefly in this episode, but obviously we'll end it on the 1st of January, I think. In terms of the players this week, Peacock Farrell going up to 71. Fantastic stuff. Other players with a little bit more growth as well. The short-term loan for Ashley Fletcher has expired, so that one is now over now. He's gone back to West Ham. we might need another striker, or we can just use Dakara a little bit more, which we might well do, to be honest. But we need your transfer suggestions. I would really appreciate those in the comments below. Right now on the 1st of January, we need to try and add to the squad slightly. I don't want to bring in loads of new players. Make sure the players are realistic in terms of who I'm assigning, but also in terms of the amount that they'll cost as well, because that is the current situation. And now, unless we get some money magically from somewhere, that is all we're going to have to spend, sadly. So maybe a pre-contract agreement or something like that might be the best route for us, because you can't actually ask for more money on this FIFA, I don't think. So that is the case. Hopefully you guys can leave some decent suggestions and we can try and get some in. I'm sure you will, as ever. So thank you all so much for watching. If we could go ahead and hit 30 likes on this episode, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching and goodbye.